All right, I am live. Hello, hello, Zen Friends. Welcome to a special afternoon session on Sundays where I come back on to finish out all the readings from this morning session that I did not get to. I have a handful of donations to get to and then a couple of handfuls of free readings. So we will get into those in a moment. I'm going to be using a new tarot deck than I did this morning. We're using the Wonderland Tarot. So we'll be using that for this afternoon's readings. Normally, I put a list of all the readings in the description box of the video. I'm in a learning curve with my new computer, and so maybe we'll continue that next week. This week, I don't have it in there. For donations, I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like 6 of those, and then free readings. Like I said, I got probably maybe 20, maybe ish, looking at them. So we'll get into those. After I'm done, I will post a pinned comment listing all of the readings with timestamps so you can find your reading after we're done very quickly. Other than that, yeah, I had to type out all of the questions instead of doing screenshots like I did before, so it's not all a mess. And I'll get back into the swing of things here soon, as soon as I figure everything out. So thank you for your patience with my learning curve. All right, I think that is what we have here. So let us jump in. Excuse me. Maybe I should grab a cough drop so I don't choke on my spit here. Sometimes I'm a mess, and I love you guys. I'm glad you're so forgiving. All right, so Johanna, you'll be up first. Let's grab your timestamp here. So we got that here. There we go. And your question was, how did people, if they did, like your first video? You did kind of like a Kate Bush parody with your friend. And not that you put much weight on it. You said if anyone liked it or not. Just curious. All right, let's take a look here. See what they thought here. I'll have to go check it out. That's on your channel, is it? Let us know in the comments of the stream so we can go check you out. All right. I don't think you guys can hear. I think my host is in the kitchen. She's on this journey of, I call it kitchen witchery, trying new things, but I think she's chopping something because you can hear bam, or she's beating up. That sounds bad. She might be tenderizing meat with the little thingy. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, see, I'm just distracted today. Okay, let's get into it. You hear Jojo. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Hermit card. Interesting energy here. I feel like that's not about your energy. This is about the energy of the video, that people that really related to it are more of a hermity type. That'd be great. I'd probably really like the video then. I'll definitely check it out. But I really like this kind of it's not lonely energy, but it's a lone energy. So it's an interesting feel to it. But I definitely feel like that was your audience for this video really appreciated it. Let's see what else they liked about it here. Yeah, we got the Strength card. So you have the number 9 Hermit, the number 8. Here's that Leo energy. Your energy just attracts people anyway. You have the 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands energy, like it said, it depends on people in the moment with their energy while they're watching it. I do feel like with that, if people go back and watch it, if they felt one way one moment, they will feel a different way about it because you have a different amount of energies and different kind of perspectives. I feel like there'll be people that will relate to the feeling alone energy of it, but then the Leo energy of brightness and sun that they'll appreciate that. Depends on their mood, and that's the whole thing. It's good to know, like you mentioned, you're not really um, gonna put a lot of weight on what everyone else was thinking, but you have this, of course, understanding that everyone that looks at it, depends on their energy in the moment, are going to draw in and see things differently because you can't control that, right? You're just a mirror. That's good to, of course, realize as you start off into this acting and singing and different things that you do, that every person is a self-critic, and depending on how they're critical on themselves is how critical they'll be of you in the moment too, right? No. All right. You have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, being true to your authentic self. There's individuals that really appreciated the creativity. Of course, with the Ten of Swords, that's the energy of expectations. And I like this combination of, again, reaffirming that you really do truly believe. You're not just saying that. I don't care what people think. You really are about being true to your authentic self and letting go of a lot of the thoughts and beliefs and, trying to please everyone else, because that just takes you down into a downward spiral. But it's good to understand people's perspectives and maybe what people really are needing in their life, because maybe that'll spark creativity within you to do something different, not to judge yourself and beat yourself up, but there's this energy of using people's feedback to spark new creativity in a positive way, not oh, I did something wrong, I need to fix it, that kind of energy, which I know, but it's a good affirmation. And you got the Three of Cups. Yeah, joy, celebration. So that a lot of people did really like that as well. And I feel like you will start to build a community with the Three of Cups around all that too. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in too. Thank you for your donations earlier, of course, as well. I appreciate those. So we'll grab you an Angel Wisdom Oracle here. All right, there we go. I like it. Pay attention. Let's see what this is. Each and everything I do is worthy of my time and attention. I love it. So this video was worthy of your time and attention. I like this. Do you focus on what's wrong in your life? The angels encourage you to pay close attention to the good stuff. Be grateful for it and celebrate it. What you focus your attention on, want it or not, is what you become a match for. That was that Two of Wands too that you got. But you know all this. If I focus on anybody, me, whatever, then you get more of that. You focus on what you loved about it, focus on the good and the things that people enjoyed it, then you can bring them more of the things they enjoyed. People who complain, block. No, I'm just kidding. But really, block. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Rashmi, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Thank you for your patience in getting to your reading here. And thank you for the donation. So you have 2 job offers. All right. Better than 0, right? It's either 0 or too many, right? It's like, can't I just have one? Then I know which one to choose, right? But I get it. Let's take a look here and we will find out what energies are around each of these. So when we have choices to make, Spirit doesn't say this is the one you should go for, because they look at every situation as just a different choice with different outcomes and different experiences. It's like offering you 2 ice cream cones and they're like, well, which one should I eat? And like, which one do you like best? What taste do you like better? So we'll give you energy of both, and then you can decide what it resonates with you, right? So you have the first one's the IBPS clerk, and the second one is the IBSPO. And then, so you want to know here, considering all aspects and the future. Okay, so let's take a look here too. So if you choose number 1, what energy comes with that position there? So you got these, and then the future. So the energy of the moment and the energy of the future. Number 2, the energy of the moment, right? Thank you. And the energy of the future. Wow, 2, 2, 3, 3. So we'll take a look here. The bottom of the deck thing, just to keep in perspective, with the 5 of Pentacles is the fear of lack, of not having enough, not being enough. So realizing, of course, as we're looking at everything, that it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment. It is Creator. It is the universe, right? Kind of, we experience abandonment, being left behind, and lack when we depend on humans for things. Because when a human goes into fight or flight mode, they do go into self-preservation mode, and they draw everything back to themselves. And that's where we do experience abandonment and lack, because humans are fickle. Our human side is part of our nature. When our little inner child feels that way, it reacts. It goes into that fight or flight. They can't help it. We can't help it until we get rid of more and more of our triggers and fears. But the great thing is that Creator and spirit world do not have fear, do not go into withdrawal and say, give us that stuff back. They are source. They have endless resources. They want to give us what we need in each moment and more, because they love us so much. So this 5 of Pentacles is kind of an underlying awareness just to, it's not humans and these companies that bring me what I need, but Creator. So I don't need to depend on these companies. I know Creator is going to watch out for me, right? You have the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom, which is a balance of 2 things in the outside world, which, is this energy. We have 2 energies of the moment for each and 3 energies of the future for each, which just kind of says, you get to choose. There's no wrong choice, just different choices. All right, so getting into the skinny of things, right? For the Clerk position, the energy, you do have the 6 of Swords along with the Queen of Wands. So this position offers a lot of opportunity for growth and change of mindset. Really, with this one, with the Queen of Wands, and with anything really, but especially with this position, whatever you focus on will grow and expand. This one offers a little more flexibility and movement for you to make it what you want it to be. It's not so strict and this is what must be done. It's like, well, this is what needs to be done, but you can make the position more if you want it to be. A lot of people will just go into the position and make it just this, but you can make it bigger and make it something more if you want, which if you do this, the energy is here. Yeah, it's like 9 of Cups. It's a dream come true, emotional fulfillment kind of energy. You do have the Hanged Man, which is about learning to see things from different perspectives. And you also, it's a transformation, it's a growth. Both the 6 of Swords and the Hanged Man bring an energy of movement. So you might even be able to move, if you want to move somewhere else and do things somewhere else, different city, I don't know if different country, but different cities, you can definitely, there's like option for movement and transformation. Yeah, and the 8 of Pentacles, it is a little bit of putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, but you do get the reward with it all too. So it feels very positive. It feels and a little bit empowering kind of energy with this. Again, because you can make it more than what the role is. You could just go in and do the job duties, or you can do more with it, which is cool. With the PO, the current energies, yeah, you have the Lover's card. Well, it's the 2 of Cups, which is emotional choice, and we have Temperance. This one does feel like a bit of, it takes like more. Temperance is like patience, right? But it's like alchemy to Cups going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Eventually, gold hits. And with the Two of Cups, that's my emotional choice. I feel like you learn a lot through this, of a lot of emotional growth, meaning with patience and emotional growth. It's going to be a little more challenging, right? The Southern feels empowering. This one feels like you grow from it, but it takes longer for things to come about. And I feel like you get more challenged emotionally of choosing to be happy about something when there's opportunity to not be happy about things. Let's see what that energy brings in here too for the future. Do you have the Five of Wands? There's a bit of competition and conflict energy here. Seven of Swords. Yeah, being aware of a lot of this is lies, thievery, betrayal, being told and promised things and it taking a long time to get those promises. And the Seven of Cups. A lot of emotional confusion and challenge here. I feel like they're number one. For me, I'm choosing number one. Because number two, you have conflicting energy, emotions, conflicting mental energy, conflicting emotional energy. You still have growth and you still learn a lot through number two, kind of leaning toward number one. Something that's interesting, because as I'm saying that, they're like, if you are like, oh, but I wanted number two, that tells you a lot. They were bringing in about, it's called casting lots. It's an old thing that they used to do in the way olden days, like the biblical days, like way back in the day, right? They would cast lots. They had coins that had like heads and tails, right? But they had different symbols on it. And so one way to figure out what you really want is you're like, okay, heads number one, tails number two. You flip a coin and whatever comes in, if you're like, oh, good, this is what I wanted. If you're like, best two out of three, then you know that one isn't the one you wanted. So it really brings clarity. It's funny how it works, because it's like, what do I want to do, this or this? Well, I don't know. I could do either one. Flip a coin. Let me try again. It's like, oh, well, I do want the other one then, right? Anyway, so that's what they have for that. Let's see what your fortune cookie comes in. Actually, let's bring you in one of these shadows and light oracle. All right. What else do you need to know here? Fairy of the green world, the natural world needs you. Card number 44. Very empowering power number there. So 44 or 8 or the 4s mean anything to you. Be sure to take a look at that. All right. So the fairy of the green world speaks, and she says to you, the green world is changing and I'm asking for your help. The world needs you to tend to the green things in it in some way right now, and it's your time to make a contribution. Time to plant a garden, assist another with theirs, or share some food, flowers, or herbs from your own. Develop your connection to solar energy, find your own water source, and depend less on supermarkets, ATMs, and electricity. Learn to live with her, the soul of the green world. By providing the world with this beautiful example, you're nourishing and nurturing our mother, the earth, who feels so tired some days. Find a forest or a grove of trees or a fairy ring of mushrooms, somewhere that speaks to your soul, and sit with her a while. When she breathes her messages through the leaves and whispers the word of wisdom into your ears, you will know the right place and time to devote the sacred donation of time and energy. I thank you in advance. The fairies will be sure to help you in return. So this also helps. This is an energy of step away from everything, get out into nature. It'll make it really clear too on what you're wanting to choose. The divination message says, take some time to grow plants or tend a vegetable patch or an herb garden. Look into contributing some money or time or devotion to a cause for the green world, the natural forests, and the wide green spaces of the planet, needing your healing, kind, and tending hand and heart now. Your influence will have great power. Make a donation to a wildlife foundation for the green world. Look into establishing a grove or visiting a forest and offer your energetic support and prayers for a world where green spaces thrive and where the wild creatures of the green woods continue to live in their own environment. See and visualize a world where green things grow, and the fairy of the green world will know that nature is safe while there are ones such as you in this world. It is a time for growth, for abundance, for the earth element to find its way true and strong in your beautiful life. Eat organic food, go raw, detox, find a water source and cleanse it. Be more self-sustaining and step away from the unnatural system and join with the natural energies of the planet and the galaxy. So I like this. And maybe the green and the environment, that might give you an idea of which one to choose from as well. But I like that. So that's what they have for you, Rashmi. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Alice, you are up. Look, you got 2141. All right. Sorry, I'm crunching my cough drop now. All right. So Alice, thank you so much for your donation. You want to know, why is RJ taking so long to reply to you today? All right. Okay. Do those. And that one, all right? And where does he want to take the future of our relationship? So based on current energies, where's he wanting to take this here? Okay. All right, what do we got going on down here? Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles there is just an abundant energy. It is also this kind of journey that you're experiencing. Both of you are, and all humans do this, experience this really in any relationships that we interact with another human. It's about seeing our worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. It's like a transition of self-worth is self-worth, inward and upward. We define ourselves. But we're taught to define your self-worth by the outside world, and really the outside world is retail price. It's what we're worth to the outside world. That's not our self-worth. That's the fickle, ever changing stock market and retail pricing where things get marked down and you end up on a clearance rack, right? But self-worth is where we realize and connect our worth to the higher realms, and we define our pricelessness on the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. They see us as priceless. We are priceless. The outside world ends up putting us on clearance, right? At some point in our lives, right? So let's see what's going on here. Why are they taking so long to reply to you today? We have the Four of Swords. They're really resting. I feel like are they napping today? Taking a lot of naps, tired? The Four of Swords usually has someone like laying down, sleeping and resting. So maybe they're not feeling too well today. We got the Three of Cups, which is a joy energy. Community too. Let's see. Judgment card, your higher self pulling them. Although they're reminding me that there's a lot of raising someone from the dead, you know, kind of energy with that. That's usually like an angel with a trumpet rising someone out of their grave. So it does feel a bit like they had family get-togethers yesterday, and I don't feel like they're feeling so well today. Maybe they drank a little too much or they're feeling ill. But I feel like they're resting and kind of just like kind of what's going on here. We'd have the Ten of Cups. So they have the Ten of Cups and Three of Cups. A lot of joy, a lot of celebration. So maybe they did celebrate with family. I don't why did I get family? But it's community, family community energy. So I feel like they might have overdid it a little bit. Now they're like just in napping and sleeping a lot or not feeling good. One of the two, maybe they ate something that didn't agree with them, or but it does feels like that kind of like I'm exhausted energy. Where do they want to take the future of your relationship based on current energy? Emperor card, still kind of trying to decide. The Emperor is about clearing the throne room, getting everyone with all their opinions. Thank you, appreciate your opinions, leave them on the door on your way out. Emperor needs to decide what I want, then I'll put a plan together, then I'll put energy behind it. So that is them still trying to figure out what they want. Do they really want? Do they know what they want for the future? I don't know. We have the Magician, which is both Emperor and Magician energy, very masculine energy, very much about wanting to take action in some way, somehow. Just can't figure it out what it is yet. Once I figure it out, I'll put energy behind it and, buckle up. But there is this energy. And we do have the World card, ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. It's a victory energy. 3 major arcana. I feel like it's a big decision for them. And I feel like they're in this space of I either need to take action and let's go, or I need to say, I need to let you go because I'm not going to be able to give you what you want from me. And I feel like that's where they're at, this choice point where they're like, as they say, I need to, shit or get off the pot, right? It's time, right? Chop, chop. But I feel like that's where they're at. And it's such an important decision because they're like, I'm either need to go all in and move forward, or I need to step out because I don't want to lead you along if this isn't what my intentions are. And so that's why I feel like they're taking time to make the decision, because this is like, you're either it's like a freeway going across. Oh, there's a St. Charles. Is it St. Charles Lake in Louisiana? I'm seeing like this. It's this, once you get on this road, there's no turning around. You have to go through all the way to the end and then turn around and come all the way back. There's no, whoops, wrong way. I need to, it's like you're in it. You're in it for the long haul. You're not. That's their mentality with that. So hopefully that helps. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in. We'll bring it through the Oracle of the Shadows and Light and see what else we can find out here. All right. Like, which one is it? I'm like, nope, neither one of those. There it is. But it is, okay, the 2 cards are, it's choice. It's like, but they're like, the reason why there's delay is they're like, oh, I don't want to make it. They keep putting it off. I don't want to make a choice. But in not making a choice, they're also making a choice. And so that they're like, I got to decide. The waterfall's coming. I either need to go to the side and jump off, or we're going down the waterfall and we're going on the adventure, right? We got the Dress of Alchemy, release your power. I like that. Master number 33 coming in here. And this is, realizing too, what is it that you want? What are your intentions, right? That Emperor energy and all this is a good reflection that, comes back to our own self too. So whatever we feel like they're being indecisive, it's like, well, am I being indecisive as well? Does that exist anywhere within me looking at the situation too, right? Always a good reflection for us in some way. So the Dress of Alchemy, she speaks and she says, it is time for you to celebrate who you truly are at this time, to acknowledge you have some energetic debris that needs to be cleared. And when you do this, the gold of who you truly are will shine through, just as these alchemical symbols shine from my dress. That's her speaking. It is no longer possible in this new energy to hide who you are. You must take the time to be truly yourself. There's no cloak to hide within, as you can see. This dress I wear reveals all my magics and all my secrets. I'm sorry, I feel like there's like a shadow next to me. Do you guys see anything? Woo! The secrets and the wisdoms of the ages are being revealed now more than ever before. When you've cleared your energy field of the guilt, the fear, the jealousy, and the envy, you will be able to shine bright too. The divination message that comes in here says, please take time to clear from your own sacred energy field jealousy, envy, fear, and guilt. Once you are clear, welcome in bright, strong, powerful, healthy energy. After this has taken place, expect symbols and signs to pour in. Keep your energy strong and bright and follow the signs. When your energy is strong and bright, when you come from a place of love, courage, and wisdom, you will attract the right signs and will not be misled. Do not expect to have no change after her arrival. Relationships and situations based on ego-centered concepts containing toxic energies will fall away naturally, and you will now ask for your worth. This is not hubris, overweening pride. It is self-love in action. Wow, I love that. So choosing for you, right? And I like that energy of being true to yourself and recognize the energy that you have. And sometimes if you're like, I'm not getting an answer, I'm asking for what I want. And if they're not able to give it to me, thank you. I need to know that. And I'll let you go on and let you find somebody that matches you, because I need somebody that matches my energy. There's a great book called by Humble, Humba, Humble, the poet. And that book was, let's see, learning how to be learning how to be loved, I think is the name of the book. And in it, though, he was talking about as we become true to our authentic self, one of the indicators is we stop asking, does my energy match someone else's? And there's a power kind of, what is it called? Paradigm? No, paradigm shift, a power shift, where I ask, does their energy match mine? Because one kind of feels like maybe I need to adapt to their energy. It's like, no, I don't expect anyone to adapt to me, and I don't adapt to anyone else. This is just, does our energy match enough? And if it doesn't, then it's like you need to find someone who matches your energy, and I need to find someone who matches mine too. So that's up to you, though, when you are like, enough is enough, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Alice. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Much love to you. Right, Lucky, you're up. Look, yours was 3322, at least on my side. So, for your first one, thank you for your multiple donations. We'll do this one, and then we're going to jump to Eros, and then back for your second one. So you'll have two here in a moment. Let me just put the little hand sign in there. All right. So, for the first one, you want what or whom is responsible for the constant harassment to you as you're trying to live your life peacefully? What or whom motivates the neighbor and his wife to be extremely meddlesome? And can we see an initial or a letter in the name responsible? Ooh, you know what? I do have my little, whatever this is called, my little vessel of letters. So maybe we'll use that and see what comes out. Right, we'll put that over here for now. We'll put it over here because I know I'll hit it. Right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here, Lucky? And I'm so glad you found your phone. Sorry about all that yesterday. All right, so let's see here. Who or what is responsible for the constant experience of harassment in your life? Because, of course, Everything in the outside world, everyone's actions or non-actions, their words or their silence, everything that happens in the outside world just is. There is no meaning to any of it until it gets in here to our noodle. That's where we define it as harassment. That's where we define other people's actions as extremely meddlesome, right? Um, we're the ones that decide how the story we put to everything, also the emotion I feel about it all. Well, they're not supposed to feel this way. That's our expectation of trying to control other people's actions. And when other people don't do what we want them to do, guess what? We end up losing our peace. So we lose our peace. I'm the one that's harassing myself. My mindsets and expectations and beliefs that are trying to control everyone else in the outside world. That's where the harassment is. My mindsets, my thoughts are harassing me. My thoughts are what are being extremely meddlesome. Me trying to control the world. Why are you meddling in everyone else's world? Trying to make them be who you want them to be. We come back to us, right? I focus on me. What's amazing, which we'll find out here with all this is all channeling from spirit. When my mindset changes, and I change, then my outside world changes. Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if I have chaos inside of me, I'm going to see chaos in the outside world. When I have unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, I see that everywhere. I don't, when I'm focusing in on the harassment and the things that aren't happening in the world the way I think they should, I get more experience and more awareness of what's not happening right in the world according to what I think is the right thing everyone should be doing. But when I release the world and I come back to me and I release myself from all these harassments of who I should be and what I'm supposed to do, need to do, and have to do, because I'm harassing myself, I'm harassing everyone else. When I'm loving myself unconditionally, I'm unconditionally loving the world. But if I'm going to have myself under a long list of rules of supposed to be, by golly, I'm going to make sure everyone else is too. I become God's little sheriff, put on my little fake deputy badge and going around telling everyone what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. And that does tend to irritate people. Because do we like it when someone's going, Lucky, you shouldn't be doing this? Do you feel the hair standing up on your head? You're right. Well. So I feel like that will help change things. Um, so we'll take a look here at this. So what is bringing the consistent harassment? We'll look at that in addition to what I just said. What or whom motivates the neighbor and his wife to be meddlesome? Got one card for that. And then we'll look at an initial here. But yeah, we have the 10 of Cups on the bottom. Joy is our natural state. You know, we are beings made of unconditional love and joy and laughter and play and peace and gratitude. Human, we're taught the opposite, the fear, right? Fear of again, all the things that need to have happen in order to be happy, in order to be peaceful, right? And but all those are lies. All those are human concepts, rules contradicting each other. Even you ask one person, make a list of the things that you need to be happy. You make a list of things you need to be happy. There'll be similarities, but there's going to be differences too. You're like, really? You need that to be happy? They look at your list and go, really? You need that to be happy? There's things that we think are silly on other people's, and we think there's things that are missing on people's lists. Well, no, because we all grew up differently, different conditionings, right? But ultimately, when we can go inward and upward and connect to our true higher self, we can be happy for no reason at all. We are beings of joy. I can have joy for no reason. No one can take it away from me. So that's an important thing to know, is that if you choose joy and focus on joy, your life becomes joy. If you focus on expectations and lack of things being done and things that you need, things that you want, things that people are doing that they shouldn't be, we get more and track that lower vibrational energy toward us. So a gratitude journal. I know it'd be difficult to write down what are things you're grateful for in your neighbors. Oh my God, are you kidding me, brother Zen? But I'm grateful that they haven't. I'm grateful that they haven't set my house on fire. I'm grateful that they're not. They're not. You know, what are they called? Arson. I'm grateful they're not arsonists. I'm grateful that they don't shoot machine guns and bazookas. I mean, if you have to start with those, but you know, you can also try to see. You know, I can see that they care about each other. I'm grateful that they love each other, that they care about each other, that they haven't killed one another. You know, there can be all this stuff that you can be grateful for. If you have to start on those kind of things till you can clearly more see who these people really are, that they're not the villains that your mind has presented, but maybe think about how your mind has put them in a villain role that represents how you treat yourself, right? That's deep. All right, let's see what else we have here. So who or what is responsible? The little hermit who lives in your house. I think that means you. We have the tower. Whoops. I'm showing myself here on the screen. That's hilarious. The tower. Two major arcana here. The tower is the fear of things being removed out of my life, right? The fear that things happen to me. There's a great energy of here of that things happen for me, that everything in my life is for me, regardless of what it is. It's always a mirror showing back to me what I want to see about myself. If I fear I'll have to leave where I live, well, maybe it's these individuals are becoming an irritant so that you will go and move somewhere where your soul wants you to be. Maybe instead of looking at them as someone who is creating harm in your life, maybe they're messengers bringing you the message that it's time to move, it's time to go somewhere else. But I don't want to leave. That means they win. Well, maybe you're the winner always, and that things always happen for you. And you can look at it and go, maybe they're encouraging me. They're being the arms of spirit shoving me away into something that I want to go to. You never know. You've got the lovers. Wow. Power of emotional choice. Three major arcana. Do you have four? No. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self, creativity, and community and birthing too. So you could be moving away from somewhere to go somewhere where you have a sense of community and togetherness, whether it's closer to family or a new friendship group, or if you already have a group. It's about being closer to them, even if they're in a different city or a different state or nation or country or something. It might be like, is this a nudge? Have you been having this pull to go somewhere different, right? You never know. You never know. But all of this energy is about for you. And that's what's responsible behind it all, right? And then what motivates the neighbors to be extremely meddlesome? Yeah, we got the Eight of Swords, their own fears. So it's, realize that in life, every moment is either of unconditional love or a cry out for it. The fear of losing conditional love. The Eight of Swords are all their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of how things are supposed to be, should be, need to be. And they're acting upon their own fears, just like you're reacting from your fears. They're reacting from their own. They have their own beliefs of this is the way things are supposed to be. It's the way they grew up, even though it's different from yours. Who's right and who's wrong? In their world, they're right. In your world, you're right. And let me just a little bit of a spoiler alert. In everyone's life, what is the right way? Well, of course, my way. And that's the way it is in this human existence. When we surrender all these roles and we turn in our little deputy, deputy of the universe badge and give them, hand it in and go, Creator, you're in charge of all this. The only thing I can control are my stories that I apply to everything. Is that going to be higher vibration or fear? I get to choose. Emotions. What am I going to feel? Am I going to feel higher vibration, peace, unconditional love, joy, laughter? Or am I going to choose fear and resentment and lower vibrational energies rooted in fear? Or what energy am I going to focus on, and what energy am I going to draw towards me, right? I get to choose higher vibration, lower vibration. What am I going to grow in my life? And then my actions. I can control my actions. Will my actions be of love, or will they be of fear and hate and lower vibration, right? Whatever I focus on with all that is what I draw toward me, and I expand because I'm asking for more of whatever I'm focusing on, right? So let's take a look here and see an initial of someone who is responsible for whatever is happening, right? Let's take a look here. Oops, that didn't work. Let me try it again here. I dropped it in there. It looked like it was a U, but it is you. Oh, it was. It was a U. That is hilarious. So it was like the letter U. I was like, whose name would begin with a U? And they're like, brudda-zen, you. So you're the one ultimately responsible because you're not in a backseat of a car being driven around in life at the whim of whoever's driving. You're the driver of your vehicle. You're the driver of your life. So I know that's hard to get past when we so much want justice and we want everyone to do what we want them to do. But there is a great freedom that comes in with all this, right? So I do like that. So can't make that up. You can't make it up there, Lucky. All right, let's take a look. And if you're like, oh my God, my name does begin with a U, but let's take a look here. So we'll get the fortune cookie from here for your first one. Then we will circle back in a moment for your second one. We'll pull that one from the other one. Okay, so this one is for this reading. And you've got the Mildew Fairy. It's cleanup time. Card number 15. Like these little cards. So the Mildew Fairy speaks, and she says, it always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there. Like me, I grow naturally where it's warm and wet, and because she's the Mildew Fairy. And I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. But all the time, I'm showing you what is going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, or you'll kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honor, or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all healthy ways to honor me, and do not step thoughtlessly into the fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place. Don't ignore me. Right now, something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. Wow. The divination message says, think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking in your home and environment. When the Mildew Fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts needs to be brought in to clear the situation up. She can mean a fresh way of thinking or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment you find yourself in. Like the Mildew Fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. When she turns up, where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside, lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom, instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of unhealthful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalized and excused, and never ignored. Wow, powerful. All of this coming up. And in fact, card number 15 in the major arcana is the Devil card, which is the challenging of long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. The people are supposed to and not supposed to do things. An example, maybe not quite as extreme as what you're experiencing. When I lived in condo, there was this little small area with grass in the middle. It's like a group of the condos was off to the side a little bit, and there was that there. There was all these playgrounds and all this other bigger grassy areas. But these children that lived in that area loved to play out in this small grassy area, and they liked to play kickball with all these windows and doors that are there. So immediately, old man is children shouldn't be playing in there, and I would hear their ball hit against my kitchen big window and rattle it, and I'd hear it hit my door, bam. And I found myself on the way to that door to open it up to go, you kids better blah, 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 blah. This was like even like 10 years ago, maybe even sooner than that. Maybe not. Maybe it's like 10 years ago. But I found my way on the way there, remembering when I was a little kid, how when we played in our neighborhood, we'd have people come out and, you kids quit your screaming. And we would say, we're just playing. And I'm like, let children play. And it's like, let them be. And it reminds me, it's a great book. I'm still reading it. I started picking it up again. This Let Them theory by Mel Robbins is an amazing energy because it's letting people be who they are. I can't change them anyway. Let people be who they are, and then let me be who I am. What choices am I going to make? Knowing that I can't change anyone. I can't go over there and make them obey and make them do what I think they should do. Never going to work. But I can change me. I can understand why it's impacting me. And if I don't like it, I can leave. I'm not a tree. I can get up and move. I'm not rooted, right? So if something bothers me enough, I can leave it. Or I can learn to live with it in peace if I want, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Lucky. We'll circle back around here. I'll let you sit with that. Then we'll ask if your neighbor's going to be arrested. All right. So, Eros, you are up. Let's grab yours. Here's your timestamp. So thank you for your donation. I want to know. Great to see you as well. Thank you for your comment there. Any beautiful things coming to you before the end of the summer? All right. So let's take a look here, right? I know. We have things that we believe are more beautiful than other things. But when I ask Spirit, any beautiful things, they're like, oh my gosh, every second is filled with beautiful things. Look around and see. Because from their standpoint, they see this as an adventure land. And it's like a kid in a candy store. They're like, everything is, oh my God, how do you not see all this beautiful stuff? But our human side, of course, so inundated with judgment about better, worse, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, whatever. It's like, what isn't beautiful that's happening in our moments? And when we understand that, that helps transform things too. Wow. I know we're getting deep on a Sunday afternoon, everybody, right? It's like, oh my God. But it's good awareness, right? So let's take a look here. What else do we have here? So what do you have coming here before the end of the summer that you would perceive as beautiful. I love how they correct that, or clarify. It's not correct, it's clarify the question. Like, what's beautiful that even you would think is beautiful? Not in a judgmental way, just in a funny way, right? And then they want these here too. So let's take a look here. Yeah, it's interesting. In the bottom of the deck, you got the Knight of Swords, the Knight, movement of thought and belief, movement of perspective. I like that because maybe, that was what this is all about, this recognizing what is beautiful already in my life. And the more I recognize what I'm grateful for, what I feel is beautiful, the more I draw that in, the more I draw it into, my life too. So I like that. I like that energy of changing our perspective and seeing how many beautiful things are all around us. It was funny this morning. I woke up. Actually, I slept. I woke up and I'm like, see, when I slept hard, I dreamt, but I woke up and I was like, whoa, I was in a daze. And I just started off with gratitude. And I was like, I'm really grateful for this carpet. And then I went and I'm like, I'm grateful for this little coffee machine. And I'm grateful for air conditioning. I heard it come on. And I'm like, I'm grateful for this. And I'm grateful for this computer. And I'm grateful. I just started seeing all this stuff. And it was like an energy of gratitude. But you don't have that every day. And so it was really an interesting way to start off by just everything my eyes saw. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm grateful for this camera, so that you guys can see me and you can't just hear me describe the cards, right? Grateful for internet, grateful for a microphone so you can hear. I don't have to learn sign language and you don't have to learn sign language, or I'd have to type everything out and you'd have to read it. It's amazing, everything that's so beautiful in the moment. Sorry. All right, let's go move on. There's 3 things coming your way. You got the 3 of Swords, heartbreak and disappointment. Yay. That's wonderful. What a great, beautiful thing that is. Because you have the 8 of Cups. Okay. So this 8 of Cups, I like this energy for you. This is a beautiful thing because the 8 of Cups is walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. And it's really this realization of relationships with humans where you've been investing 70, 80, 90% consistently for a very long time, or for the duration of the relationship. And you're realizing if it's not a child and it's an adult that can care for themselves, right? It's like, I'm the one keeping these relationships alive. I'm going to back off to 50%, and some of them back 100%. There's this release of, I can do this for me. I'm going to just stop investing energy, and this energy that I've been investing into these black holes, I get all that energy, that love energy, that passion energy, that energy to be able to do things, physical energy. I'm investing it into me. And you're like, wow, that is a beautiful thing. So it's an awareness here. And it's like breaking free of expectations, like I'm supposed to do this, whether it's family or friends or whatever, and go like, well, that is my mom. I'm supposed to over give to them and get very little back from them. It's like, no, that's not true. That's a expectation, a story of humanity. That's not true. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I can say
No.
to whoever and whatever I want. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, you do have the Page of Cups. Yeah. And this is almost like it builds a little bit here, because with the 8 of Cups, if I'm investing all of this emotional energy and all this black holes, and and I'm not getting a whole lot back, my emotional bank is running low. It's on my emotional bank account is on the border of going non-sufficient funds, and and that's why with this 8 of Cups, that all that energy you're getting back fills you up with this Page of Cups, which then allows love and people into your life where it is equal, where it is something deserving, higher vibrational relationships, where it's a give and receive energy with that Page of Cups. Yeah, and the Five of Cups. It moves from an energy of sorrow to an energy of happiness, lower vibration to higher vibration emotion. So it's kind of builds there, because while you're in that, you know, position where you're almost bankrupt emotionally, as you get that emotion back, then it allows, because your heart doesn't allow anyone else to come into your life if it doesn't have emotion. It does. I don't have enough emotion to feed another heart. I'm, we just can't. But once we get out back, it's like, oh yeah, we can invite this one and this one in. Yes, right. And then it maintains itself because it's someone that does give emotion back, right? So you have this beautiful flowing love energy between someone instead of pouring it out, right? And then the third thing you have here, you got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is past life energy. What's below this here? And the fate's will. Wow. So this does allow you the opportunity by the end of summer to have someone come in, and this is someone that you've had many lifetimes with, that you have this connection instantly with. It is a fated relationship that's destined to come into your lifetime. You've had many lifetimes together, but you'll know it right away. There's going to be this comfort level, and there's this again, this flowing energy is what's necessary to open up and allow the space for it to happen. So, don't be afraid to let this go. What else do we have here? Yep, you have the Three of Wands. So that can take you in a direction of going a different route than you normally would have, and your life takes a turn with these different choices that you make. Yep, the Four of Cups. Emotional stability. I like that flowing emotion. And the Ace of Cups. New love that comes in. So that could be romantic love even. It doesn't have to be. But definitely all this emotional energy. My goodness. Got the Five of Cups. You've got the Eight of Cups. You've got the Four of Cups. You've got the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups. That's all. Very emotional summer. And underneath the deck, you got the Nine of Cups. Emotional dreams come true. So there is this progression that can happen here if you choose to do so. Right. And let's grab you a fortune cookie here too. See what else they want you to know. But beautiful, right? Choosing you. I deserve to also receive love. All right. So Oracles of Shadow and Light. Here is your card. And you've got Violet Duchess, stifled, bored, and stuck. Dun, da, da, da. Here's that 8 again in the 18 here. So let's see what we have here for you. So the Violet Duchess speaks, and she says, in your admirable quest for balance, you can actually become too neutral, pretending to be serene, acting polite, not making waves, and not speaking your truth. Now that I've arrived, the Violet Duchess of she speaks. Now that I've arrived, showing you exactly how you feel, it's time to discover or rediscover a raw and honest emotional reaction you had to a person or to an issue and express it. It's all very well being a lover of harmony and not wanting to be a troublemaker, but being a lukewarm person in regards to situations that really matter is not going to do you any favors. Bottling up your true self in turn leads to unhealthy relationships, aches, pains, and even illness. When I come up, go for the passionate and truthful option and rediscover just how strongly you can feel and how much fun you can have. Wow. The divination message for this card says, your desire to be liked, to please, and to be seen as a lady or a gentleman is cheating yourself out of something wonderful that you deserve to experience. Oh my God, everything we talked about. Sometimes there are rules that simply need to be broken. Sometimes you just need to disappoint. That's the expectations, the Three of Swords. Expectations equal disappointment. This, like, you're supposed to give all this to someone and not get anything back. You know what? I'm going to disappoint them. That's okay. Keeping to the spirit of the law sometimes means breaking the letter of the law. That's how things change. There is a situation at the moment that has revealed itself as unjust, unfair, and absolutely unattractive to you, but you have yet to speak up. The most inspiring thing about this situation is that you'll discover just how safe it is to stand up for what you truly believe in. Others will be inspired too, so while it feels like you're taking a risk at first, after a while, you'll realize you've started your own small revolution. I love that. The Violet Duchess. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So I love that for you. And that's what they have for you, Eros. So many blessings to you. Appreciate your donation. Hang in there. All right. And then Lucky, we're circling back around for your second one. Wow, your first one was 3322. This one is 10606. Very interesting. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. We're going to find out, will the neighbor get arrested for their harassment and extreme actions that are against our desires? I know. It's even the law, which the law is a lot of opinion that's been passed with punishment. It's still people trying to control other people to behave the way we think that people should behave, which I know in humanity, we need rules. Otherwise, we all go awry and go into chaos, right? So if we're going to all live around one another, if we don't want to end up killing each other, we do need to have some rules in place, is what our belief is, in order to keep peace. But that's why police officers were peacemakers. Let's keep peace among people. But the problem isn't our actions, because our actions are the symptom of something that's deeper. Because before actions happen, there's emotion that turns into thought, that turns into speaking, that turns into action, right? So it all starts with our heart, that and that is the cry for love. I'm feeling unloved. So I start going, how can I get love? How can I get attention? How can I feel safe and secure? And then we start speaking and acting on that stuff, thinking that's what I need to do. And sometimes when people act out in low vibrational ways, it's because they learned when they were younger how they got attention was through acting out. They got negative attention, but attention is attention to a child, especially middle children who, the first child gets all this love, attention. The second child comes in, they kind of compete a little bit with them. When the baby comes in, the older child and younger child usually get a lot of the love. The middle child goes, why compete when there's all this free negative attention that no one wants? I can have all of it. They can battle over the good attention. I'll have all of the negative attention. And then that just becomes how they grow up, right? So understanding, again, a little more around why your neighbor did what they did, do what they've done, have done what they've done in their past. It's all rooted in not feeling loved. Will they get arrested for these actions of crying out for love? Maybe they just need love, Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, is there going to be justice by our human legal system? All right, let's take a look here. We do have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being alone. Being alone. It's like hermited energy here. So let's see what that means. Look, here we have that Devil card. Here's the shaking, the rattling, the lower vibrational energy, the shadow that's been bugging them all their lives, right? Got the Strength card. Oops. Leo, fire energy. It's also, because they're ruled by the sun, the Leo energy brings in inner child, like, so again, going back to that child energy, right? We have the Full card, which is the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, a new way of looking at things. And the Eight of Wands, which is fast-moving energy, flowing energy. 2 eights here with these eights. With this Nine of Pentacles, it doesn't feel like they're going to get arrested here. But I feel like all of this changes because the Nine of Pentacles is also about independence. And so this energy for you, I feel like if they got arrested and moved away, that you wouldn't, with this Devil card for you, you wouldn't learn what you're needing to learn in the situation. You would just learn it through someone else breaking rules and bringing it to your face. But as we had in your other card, all of this is about for you to learn what can be released, this fresh air, because we had the Mildew Fairy, right? It's the things that can be cleansed, my mind that can be cleansed of all these roles of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. This is all for you. And if we don't, justice isn't being done, it's like, well, there's a reason why things are not unfolding the way we think they should be, because when our expectations battle reality, our expectations lose, but only 100% of the time, but it happens on purpose to set us free, right? So in addition to the let them theory, another, which I've heard a lot of from her. I follow Mel Robbins on Instagram, so I've heard a lot already, but this book is amazing. But also Byron Katie, it's Byron is her first name, and then Katie, Katie, is the last name that she goes by. She has a YouTube channel there, but she also has a free website. It's thework.com, THEWORK.com, and she has a free Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, all your stuff about neighbor. So Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And she has the free process on there and all the videos, a lot of videos on her main page on YouTube that step people through, this amazing, life-changing Judge Your Neighbor process where you really learn a lot about yourself and what's really at the root of situations to set you free from them. So I highly recommend it. It's a great, life-changing experience. All right. But those are tools if you wish. And your fortune cookie is hope. Look at that little inner child. That little inner child acting up, that's living inside that adult neighbor. They just were a little child that never got love that's acting up, right? Hope is a choice. I choose to be hopeful. The angels remind you that without hope, you can't build belief. Your actions are directionless. Your purpose feels like a pipe dream, and true meaning seems unattainable. Hope is about recognizing that good things are yet to come and about expecting them to come. Yeah. Focusing on what grateful things we do have, of course, draws more to us too. So hopefully that helps a little bit there. Lucky, so many blessings to you. Thank you again for your dual donations. All right, everybody. So that's all the donations. So we'll move into the free readings now. These will be a little faster. These are just 1 to 2 card readings, and we don't dive as deep into these. So these will move faster for you too. All right. So up first, we do have Eagle at 114.16. All right. Anyone at a general for the upcoming week? So what does Spirit want you to know about this upcoming week? We've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. I just put that in the deck and it came flying out. So the 9 of Pentacles is about independence being, it's like the Hermit card because it's the 9, the major arcana number 9 of the Hermit. Pentacles is the outside world. There's the stepping away. Even the Five of Wands looks like someone wandering through the forest, But the Five of Wands is this energy, this independent energy that represents the Five of Wands as like a giant firestorm. There's conflicting energy around you. That doesn't mean you have to be involved in it this time. I feel like a lot of people look to you for helping people get along, and you know, you're the peacemaker a lot. But in this case, it's like you can be at peace in the middle of the storm, watching it rage around you, but don't get out into it. You have permission with this Nine of Pentacles to sit this one out, let everyone else figure it out for themselves. They need to learn to get along. You can focus on your individual relationship with each person, but not how they're getting along. Well, sister and brother, or mom and brother, sister and father, people, this friend, this coworker, whoever, they're not getting along. Tough. That's their problem, not mine. I am maintaining my relationship. I am sweeping in front of my own door, paying attention to me. That's this energy that's coming in here for the upcoming week, is to mind your own business. Thankfully, it's a reprisal for you to go, thankfully, I don't have to worry about fixing everyone else. I could just focus on my adventure. So I feel like that's the big energy coming in there for you, Eagles. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Swarupa Bobby, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know, will you get a new job in the next coming week? All right. So based on your current energies, thank you. All right. What do we got here? It feels very positive here for you. You've got the Death card and the Sun card. Death card is ending and beginning energy. And the Sun card is a victory. It's one of the most victorious, abundant cards that comes in. So this death is like the death to the job search. Hallelujah, right? What is this? There's something else about the Death card. It's about ending. I don't know if you have another job or something else you're doing, but it's like there's all this clearing out of all this job and job searches. Everything ends, and then you just have this one job that you get, and it feels abundant, and it feels like you might oh, I have to do that job and this job. This job is going to be enough where you just need the one job. So I like that kind of energy coming in here for you. So that's what we have for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Patricia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Messages from your spirit team. Let's see what they have here for you. Okay. Nope, none of those. Thank you. All right. I'm doing those two there. What do we have? Wow, you got the Moon and the Two of Cups. It's a beautiful energy. It's about cycles. It's about following the moon energy. We just had a new moon. We have a full moon in Aquarius coming up. The Two of Cups doesn't feel like romantic energy. That moon energy feels like about connecting to higher places. And the Two of Cups does feel like there's this energy of relationship to your higher self, to your spirit team, and following the cycles of the moon, following the energy of the moon. Two is important here because there's like two kind of similar but slightly different messages. One is around everything we talked about, connecting to the spirit world. The other is following that the moon goes through a different sign every 2 to 3 days helps you understand your relationships with other people. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's friends, family, coworkers, whoever. Like we moved, we were Leo. We had a Leo new moon for a couple of days last afternoon. We went into Virgo for a couple of days. So that's earthy energy, very health focused, very tasky, can get into our minds, can be about our schedules. And then we're going to move into Libra energy, mind, mental, relationship, balance energy for a few days. Then after that, we move into Scorpio, water moon, deep things. And so we've got all this energy, aware of it, helps you understand why people are acting the way they are and why you're feeling the way you're feeling too, because we are all emotional beings who get impacted by the moon. So we have these emotional waves, and if we're, especially if you have if you're a water sign, or have a water sign in your sun, your rising, or moon, water moon, or any uh, amount of water in your chart, you're influenced even more so by the moon. I know I have a stellium in Pisces. My moon is in Pisces, and I have 4 other planets in Pisces. I also have some in Scorpio, and I think I even have some. I don't know if I have any. I think I have something in Cancer too. Got a big water trine that forms a kite with a little mini trine. So I felt like I was emotionally unstable growing up because I felt everyone's emotions big. Once I realized, oh, emotional moon energy, I understand the flow of emotion so much more. And I feel like that will help you too. So that's what they have for you, Patricia. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up. Okay, your timestamp here. You want to know HL and SSP's current energy towards you. All right. What is their current energy towards you here? All right. Bzz, bzz. All right. So we've got, wow, the 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. The energy is a bit balanced here with the 2 of Pentacles because it's 2 on either side. It goes back and forth on either side. Queen of Pentacles is very much this mothering, nurturing energy. So whatever is going on in their life, it does feel as if there's this, I don't know, are they looking at you as a resource? I mean, there's emotion that comes with the Queen of Pentacles too, that comes from behind the scenes. So the Queen of Pentacles, every queen has cups behind the scenes. So even though she rolls over the physical world and nurturing and abundance and all of that, behind the scenes, there's this emotionalness too. But it feels like the energy right now, very balanced, very looking at you as a resource for them, someone who brings them something in the outside world, but also someone who brings them this nurturing feeling emotionally. They look at you as this big giver, kind of maternal in a way, energy. So very interesting. I mean, it almost looks like, if it's 2 people, we've got like the twins that are here. It's like, are these 2 people here? But it just feels this feels very different than way it might have been, kind of energy, because it just feels very oddly calm and balanced. But it's almost like it's because they want things from you, and so they're going to act in a way so that they can get what they want energy, if that makes sense. Very different, but hopefully that makes sense to you, Ateshi. That's what they have for you right now. Woo, you do. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear, my dear. And then CJ, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. They want to know, will tomorrow's appointment go well? Let's take a look here. Will tomorrow's appointment go well? So we've got the Moon card and the 4 of Pentacles. Interesting energy here. So the 4 of Pentacles, good sign, solid foundation in the outside world. Very solid. It's like the 4 walls or 4 legs on a table. It's very solid foundation. So it does feel like it goes well. The Moon energy, though, I feel like there's awareness. Be aware around your own emotions. And I feel like it's important to know about emotional choice with that, because I feel like there's a lot of emotion flowing below the surface and a lot of emotional energy that's happening. And if I focus in on higher vibration, what am I grateful for in this moment? What am I joyful for? What play, all this kind of energy. It helps things flow in a positive kind of that energy. Whereas if I focus in on my fears and lack and this, then I draw on this emotion. Makes it, it's like it's going to be solid, but how solid it is depends on what emotional energy you are allowing to flow into it. Because I feel like emotions are very expanded for you in this, around this. And it's important because your energy influences the climate around the appointment. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you there, right? So there you go, CJ. Many blessings to you. Right. So let's take a look here. Right. And Sean G, I'll add your, I just got your donation through here right now. I'll add you on the end. I'll complete all the free readings first. Then we'll add on that one for you too, if you're watching right now. Hey. All right. So Touch of Love, or Rhonda, you are up next. And Rhonda, you are the same. So you've been watching all week. Good advice from Spirit from you. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. Thanks for watching all along. And so I want to know, could we find out what's coming up for love for you? Will the person you dream to be with, are they going to be coming forward? Ooh, okay. So let's take a look here. We'll pull one card for your first part, one card for your second part, one card for the first, one card for the second. All right. Well, let's look at that first, right? That's what we want to know. Will that person, based on current energy, will that person you dream to be with, are they going to come towards you? You got the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is an energy of transformation, like butterfly to caterpillar. What? You're decomposing to a caterpillar? No, it's caterpillar to a butterfly is the way it's on this planet. And I don't know, it's not about putting in blood, sweat, and tears and seeing the fruition. This is about transformation. The way that this is coming in here, which may be hard to see right now, but as you transform and as you change, you're going to become even more of this different being. You're going to be a butterfly where your desires and what you want to connect with and who you want to be with, it's going to be different, where you are not going to desire them anymore. What? I know. Say it isn't so. But it won't be, it's not going to be like it's forced against your will. You're just going to be like, I've got wings and I want to fly, and they're a caterpillar still. And I desire nectar and blossoms, and they eat all these leaves and they kill plants. And we're different. We're very different now in significant ways. I just don't desire it anymore. But who's that? What's that butterfly? Hello. Love your wings. It's so I feel like that. Let's see here. What's coming up for love for you here? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, new opportunities. Looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. You do go through this change. You go to a new level. Again, this evolution energy of change that comes in here for you. So I do feel like you are raising your love vibration more and more and more. And they're not. And you're going to realize they can't give me what I can give. And I want to be able to explore and head off and be able to experience things that they can't go with me. And that's a lot of what that Eight of Pentacles does and means too, is that as you change, at some point you have to fly, and if someone didn't grow wings, they can't follow you, and you realize that, and you never see a butterfly carrying a caterpillar around. One of my emojis that I had created, I don't think they're in anymore since I ended memberships, but there used to be this butterfly carrying a caterpillar. It's like you never see that. That's this energy. So hopefully that helps a little bit there. Rhonda, so many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. And then we have Ashish. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Ashish Balkaran, you You want to move to a different country someday, sometime. Will you be able to? All right, based on current energy, will you be able to move to a new country in the future? All right, I want this one. I don't really want that one either. Feels like you're wandering around looking at different countries, because that's the kind of energy I felt. No, that one, that one, that one. Yeah, the Nine of Wands really is about perseverance, because the Five of Swords that you have here is about a battle between your head and your heart, and the Nine of Wands is like a barrier that's keeping you from going, but it's because your mind is thinking one thing and has fears and beliefs that restrict it. The heart is wanting to go and explore, right? The Nine of Wands is the only thing that's blocking you is you, that you, where there's a will, there's a way. Where your heart wants to go, you will find a way to go do it if it's truly your dream. If you're running away from something, that's different. If you're being drawn to something, then that's different, right? And I feel like that's what you're figuring out is maybe you go on trips to go visit places to find the energy of where you want to be. And then once you find it, you're like, oh my God, this is where I want to live. This is where I'm being drawn to. The energy here is calling me. So I definitely feel like you have the possibilities to do it. Just got to work out some conflict between your head and your heart, right? So that's what they have for you, Ashish. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Supernova, Nova Rodriguez, you're up. You have 13131. Look at that. Synchronicities. You want to know, what do your spirit guides want you to know? All right. Let's take a look here. What do your spirit guides want you to know? All right. Wheel of Fortune, Strength card. Yes. Two major arcana, of course. You do have the Strength card is Leo energy. And the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fate, the tune of For You, right? The tune, of course, music. And the Strength card is all about the energy of being called to be seen, to be called out there. And that this is just a reinforcement, really, of, we've talked before about your destiny has always been to be in music. Your life is music. You are music. Without music, you would I would just die, is the way it feels. You wouldn't, but you wouldn't feel like you're living if you didn't have music as part of your life, because it does feel like your lifeblood. It's the air that you breathe. And I like this energy. It's like you're, with the Leo energy, you are destined and designed to be in front of people. Your energy draws people to you. And the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of fate turning, bringing to you what you need in order to live your dream. But be in the now, be in the gratitude for what is. Try not to get drawn too far into the future, too much into the past. Just focus on what you're grateful for, what's happening in the moment. And if you don't feel grateful, grab your guitar, put on some music, do whatever you need to do to get that breath and that blood flowing again. Because that is your lifeblood. That is your breath. So I love that for you, Supernova. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. Whoa. Okay, mouse, behave here. All right, there we go. So Raj, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Raj, KK10, you want to know Jay's feelings towards you. Let's take a look here. What are Jay's feelings towards you? Jay's feelings towards you. Do it that one. It's like they're slamming those cards down. It's like, wow, what's this all about? Got the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. Yeah. The Page of Wands is an energy. There's a lot of passion there. Wands energy is motion, not emotion, but motion, energetic attraction, physical attraction. They've got a lot of that energy, a lot of that fire that's within them here. But I know, like, but it's because they don't know how to express emotion. They've only learned how to express themselves through their passion, through action, through motion, but not through emotion. And that is something, of course, that we would want. But the Three of Wands that's here is with new awareness, you change direction. It doesn't go where you want it to go, but I feel like with new information, new things you learn about yourself, but also about Jay, that you are, this isn't the route I want to go. It's not what I thought it was. I have clarity now, and I'm okay to go off in a different direction with them that I thought I would. Doesn't mean that you totally walk away and that you're not involved with them, but it's going to be in a different way than you would have thought before. So with new information, your energy changes as well. So hopefully that makes sense for you. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. Right. And then we have Day with the jewelry. You are up. Whatever you need to know. You had 135.55. Look at all these fives. So what do you need to know? All right. What else do you need to know? Got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords coming in here with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's a little bit of peace of mind coming in with the Four of Swords. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. And maybe this is what brings you peace of mind. But it's a catch-22. So it starts off here, the Four of Swords is about letting go of expectations. The Three of Swords are usually on the wall. Someone's sleeping on the Ace of Swords. Three of Swords are expectations. Well, I'm supposed to give this. I'm supposed to be this. Should be, need to be, have to be. I'm giving all of this into these relationships, friendships, whatever, because I think I'm supposed to. And it's exhausting because you're giving 80, 90% into these friendships. We'll call them friendships. And you're not getting but 10, 20% back. Your emotional bank is becoming bankrupt. So when you release yourself from the expectations that this is what I'm supposed to do, that I get to do whatever I get to say no to that. I love that button. And I get to draw back. I can go 50% if I want, or if I'm like, yeah, this one needs to end, I can take it back to zero and get all of that emotional energy back. So once I release expectations with the Eight of Cups, I get to get all this energy back. Then I can rest and I have peace of mind because I'm not giving, and not receiving and feeling bad about myself and feeling like everyone else is trying to fit me in between the important things in their life. But I'm choosing to make myself the important thing in my life instead of trying to fit myself in between important things in my life. I'm becoming the important thing. And I like this energy because it builds up your emotional bank, which then, of course, allows you to it allows you to build up your emotional bank where you have this emotion to invest into passion projects or relationships with other people that are more 50-50 giving back and forth with each other, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Day. So hopefully that makes sense and it resonates. So many blessings. All right. Then we have Alicia. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp and take a sip here. All right. Good stuff. So Alicia, you know, I don't know. I looked back through the chat. I didn't see, maybe something didn't post, which, knock on wood, Mercury retrograde, some things maybe didn't post, but it said, end his current feelings for you. It's a no contact situation. So I don't know if there was another question you had. So I apologize. I didn't see that. Spirit knows what it is. So we'll pull cards here anyway. But just know that's all that brudda-zen is aware of. the and his current feelings. So we'll take a look here. We'll do the second card, are and current feelings for you, no contact. Five of Cups. There is low vibration emotion around here, sorrow. There is disappointment, and there's a lot of lower vibrational emotions that are rooted in fears, which is their choice. It's what I feel like they tend to do, is to focus on the low stuff, because I get more attention from family and friends when I'm down and feeling sorrowful and I'm depressed, and they're not really depressed. For those of you that have clinical depression, they're acting depressed because they know I can get attention when I'm acting down. So they tend to are focusing on that anyway. But let's see what the other card was here too. They're doing a lot of thinking. So if it was thoughts about you or intentions, then Justice card is, they usually have the Ace of Swords, which is about trying to see things differently, trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to understand what's going on, kind of weighing scales with the scales of justice. And especially with Libra energy, they rule over the house of relationship. They're trying to understand what I want out of relationships, what, does need to happen, what I feel is supposed to happen, and what I want to happen. I don't know. A lot of confusion with all of this. Like the Five of Cups feels like emotionally out of balance. The Justice cards feels mentally out of balance in regards to, like, they don't know what they want to feel. They don't know what they want to think. They don't know what they want to do and intentions. And that just tells you everything you need to know, right, Alicia? I mean, if someone doesn't know that I'm the best thing ever, thank you for telling me that you're stupid, because obviously you can't see what's this amazing thing right in front of you. It's not arrogance, that's confidence. Arrogance is I'm the best thing ever over everyone else. But it's like, if you can't see what a good catch I am, that's fine. Go find other catches. But I want someone who's intelligent that can spot a wonderful, amazing person when you see it, right? And that's what you are, Alicia. There is someone there. So I feel like Spirit's saying, there's a lot of instability over there, and that's what you need to know. It's like, yeah, good point. I think I'm just going to move away from this unstable energy because I think it might explode, and I don't want to be around here when it does. So hopefully that helps a little bit. But that's what they have for you right now, Alicia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then love is the most powerful force in the universe. This is your free reading. Thank you for your donations earlier. Appreciate that. You want to know, what were those two situations with annoying smells about? You have the most interesting questions, I must say. I appreciate these. So let's take a look here. We've got situation one, situation two. Let's see what this is about. Situation one, we've got the Magician. Interesting energy here. The Magician card, what I feel like with this one, the annoying smell, it was like, because this is about whatever I focus on grows and expands, and I drew this to me. So it's funny because it's like a manifestation of a thought that I had that formulated into the outside world. Like, it's say, if I'm like, you know what, if I have this belief that this really stinks, in a way, right? Stinks in that this sucks. This doesn't, I hate this. I don't like this the way this turned out. I don't like this situation, or I don't like that person. Whatever this energy was that bubbled up inside of you, it was like it manifested in smell into your nasal senses, and because it actually triggered, they're telling me here, this one triggered a memory, because it reminded you, the situation or person reminded you, and it triggered something in the past where there was something that stank. And it actually, when we have an emotion that's an emotional memory that's triggered, our senses are triggered. It's like smell-o-vision. you can actually smell a memory of what was there. And that's what that first one was. That's interesting. For the second one, you have the King of Cups. This balance between the head and the heart here. This one, interesting here. The King of Cups, the balance between head and heart. Perfect fit, fits like a glove. What is this? The second time that there was an annoying smell, it was to get you out of your head, out of the future, and into the present. Because that's something, when there's pain or a smell or something, that keeps bringing us back to now. Because we're like, what is that? We're in the moment. We're not in the future. Not normally in the past. Sometimes, like the previous smell, we were drawn into the past, and then that smell manifested both in our memory, maybe even into the outside world. But this one was to get you out of the future and get into the moment. So they were for you. And it's spirit will use all our senses. We'll hear things, we'll smell things, we'll see things, we'll taste things, we'll feel things. Someone touch, like, so did someone just touch me? Sometimes we'll, have that type of stuff happen. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, love. So many blessings to you. Right. And we got Jazz. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And Jazz, you wanted a general reading. Let's see what we got here for you. Okay. Spirit wants you to know you got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Goodness gracious. Jazz, there is this energy here. I don't feel like this is two individuals, because the King of Pentacles, represents, of course, someone who's very grounded. It's a masculine energy. And behind the scenes, they have thought, they have swords, so thought and communication and stuff. It's a very grounded person. And the Queen of Cups, if this was like two different people, this would be someone who is very in tune. Queen of Cups rolls over cups, but all queens have a second portion of cups behind the scenes. So a very emotional individual, and but in tune with their empathic abilities and spirit, which this is what I feel like is you. And so this individual that's coming in, because like I said, this could be two different people, but I don't feel like it's two different people. I feel like this one of them's you. And I feel like you probably resonate with that Queen of Cups. But it's showing you that this person that's making themselves known, they're grounded and they've got communication, but they do miss something, and that is the Cups energy. That is the empathic connection, and that is really something you need for a relationship, for a deep, really sincere relationship, is to have someone that has that same belief and that connection with the spirit world, because that's what has been missing in relationships in the past. A lot of people, like this person, does offer a lot. They have a lot of other things to offer, but when it comes down to it, that is it's such a big piece and a growing piece, even more of your life, that without it, it almost becomes like, I know, and it was at the end of my first relationship that I started to expand big into the spirit world. And they thought it was interesting until I started knowing things that they didn't want me to know. Oopsies. And then number 2, number 3, they were like, oh, this is cool. What a great little party trick. Let's have some wine. I'm going to invite some people over and let's pull cards and see what spirit has to say. And I'm like, it was almost disrespectful in a way. And where they thought it is something that's over here. And I want to be able to, if it's going to be someone that I'm in that intimate relationship with, I do want someone I can share that with, right? That's so deep and so such a part of my life that if it's not a part of theirs, I feel like I can't share it with them because they don't get it, right? But that's an important piece for you, I believe. So I think that's what the big message is they want you to know right now is that this is an important side of a loving relationship that you really need. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Victoria Ubar Ramirez, you are up next here. You want to know, what does Spirit need you to know right now? Right now. Okay, let's see. You were at 1 hour, 50 minutes even, 15000. All right, let's see here. Does it feel like it's time for something, right? Let's see what we got. You got the Knight of Swords and the Judgment card, yeah. So this Knight of Swords is a quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, a quest for the Ace of Swords. The Judgment card is our higher self calling us to see things from that higher perspective. And so the searching and the clarity that you're needing in your life is coming and is available to you. And your higher self is calling you and giving you clarity around what your dream is, where is your heart leading you. Like, and they're really giving you, it's not so much your calling as that they're giving you clarity around what your skills are, what your abilities are, what your natural gifts and talents are. And in that helps you bring clarity on how you uniquely want to put your unique combination of gifts together to share this love and the essence of who you are with the world in your own special, unique way. And I feel like that's a big piece right now, is that inward and upward and getting away from everything else allows yourself to go into this Leo energy that we're in, this Leo season, this Leo new moon energy of being, what does it mean to be true to me? Not what everyone else has been telling me I should be and needed to be, and what makes sense, and what do people think is a logical thing to do. What is the me thing I want to do? Not what everyone else wants to do and what they think I should do, but what do I want to do? And this is the clarity I feel like is available to you, and they're really trying to get your attention to bring you clarity around it. So if you can get out into nature, take time away, spirit, journal, connect, say, show me that, and show me different ways I can express that. Then follow your heart. Your heart knows the way. And I feel like that's the big thing for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Victoria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Livie Vagara, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Good to see you, my friend. You want to know, what are Jonathan, I want to call him Jonathan, what are Jonathan's true intentions towards you? He'd probably be, don't call me Jonathan. So you want to know, will he be good for your journey? All right, let's take a look here. So, what are John's true intentions towards me? Okay. Then will he be a good support for your journey? Okay, thank you. So we'll find out, is he a positive support? Because everyone's a support to us, either helping us by showing us and assisting us, like what we could be or what supporting us, or they're a great example of what we don't want, and that helps us too. We'll find out. What are his true intentions towards you? We got the Death and Rebirth card. It's a reboot, a restart. It's, what is this? Refresh my life, help me rise from the dead. It's very much ending, new beginning energy that comes in here. So I don't know if you've had anything with them before, their intentions are a reboot with whatever kind of relationship you might have had here. So I kind of feel like that's the kind of energy, right? Will it be good supporting your journey? Got the Six of Wands. That is supportive. That is celebrating. That is positive energy. You know, it usually shows like someone on a horse that's lifted up with a little banner of celebration and victory. and they're someone that's supporting you, helping lift you up. So I do feel like they will help you along on your journey in a positive way. But it definitely feels here with that death card that it is a bit of a reboot type of, I want to take things to a different level. I want old things to end, new higher things to begin, as well. So hopefully that gives you what you need in there. I feel like you already knew that, but it's good confirmation. All right, so that's what they have for you, Olivier. So many blessings to you, my friend. All right, Nidhi Sarvaya, hello, hello. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right, you wanted to know, when will you get your confidence back and life on track? When did Stella get her groove back, right? That was an old movie. Let's take a look here. What do they have for you for Nidhi? So when will you get your confidence back and your life on track? I think you're making up like a Dr. Seuss. Let's see here. When will you get your confidence back? Yeah. You got hope. You got the star card. I feel like once you get your clarity on what your true dream come true is, because it feels like you're off track. You're on track with your mind, but you're off track with your heart, which is what we all go through, really, because we grow up with a lot of opinion and dreams that are pushed on us that we take as our own. We're like, okay, I guess this is my dream, but you're not living your dream when you wake up going, oh crap, gotta go live my dream today. But when we close our eyes, walk out of our brain, go down a spiral staircase to our heart, walk over, knock on our heart opens the door and invites us in to have tea with your heart. Go in and sit and have some tea with your heart. Go, what do you want? And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me tell you about the hopes and dreams that I have. This is what I would love. And then you're like, huh, okay. Well, that's a lot different than the mind. Like, yeah, the mind's a bit of a dictator out of fear. It has a lot of rules and tries to control the heart. But that's where when we lose our confidence, is when our brain has convinced our heart, you don't deserve to feel what you feel and want what you want. Get real. It bullies it. Our mind bullies our heart out of fear, out of trying to protect it. It kind of bullies it and puts it in a cage or puts it in a soundproof, padded cell so no one can hear it and it can't hurt itself, because the mind's intention is to protect the heart, because it feels like it's a little child and it can't choose right. So it's like, let me decide. And then that's when we don't feel confident. We feel empty. We fear because we're in the mind, and the mind is all about fear and all of these expectations of what life is supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, who everyone's supposed to be. And if not, what does it mean? Oh my God, it means I'm unlovable, unacceptable, I'm a failure, blah, blah, blah. All that fear sucks the life out. So when we say, like, I don't have confidence, it's more like I feel like I'm existing, I'm not living, and I don't feel I can do anything else because my heart has been silenced. So it's time to beep and get it going again, right? But go down and spend some time with your heart. Journal, find out, what does it want? Where's your joy leading you? What do you want, heart? I like that. And your life will be on track. Yeah. Death and rebirth. I just put that card in, it came back out. You will have this, this reboot. It's like you're putting the mind, the fear and all that to rest. That is dying. Wow, that's so crazy. I guess on the background, I didn't realize about the computer, the background screen changed to a different city, changed to a different thing. All of a sudden, I'm like, whoa, that is your whole life changes. There's a whole new perception, a whole new perspective that comes in. And it's sudden. Whoa, this is what I want to do. Went from a desert sunset to this bright green, lush island. So it's like this change from the desert to the shores to the sea, or to a lake. I think it's the sea. It looks like it's probably a sea. So I like this change of life that happens. So I feel like that is what is needed right now for you, Needy. So hopefully that helps a little bit, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Muskan, if I'm saying that even slightly correctly, Muskaan. Thank you for being a new subscriber and for your patience in getting to your reading here. You want to know what are S's? I'm going to just say S and not murder their name too. What are their feelings for you? Will they ever offer a relationship? He's given mixed signals, right? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. So, what are their feelings for you right now? And will they, based on current energy, will they ever offer a relationship? Okay, this one here. All right, their current feelings for you here. Yeah, King of Swords. King of Swords rules over the mind and air energy and thinking energy, but all the kings get a second portion of air too. So when we ask about feelings, it'd be more to go, what are their thoughts? What are their thoughts about me? Because the feelings feel like they're paused. They're like an air signy energy where they live from their brain, not from their heart. But you're like, that makes sense, right? Because I feel like I don't get emotions. I get like a lot of thought. Um, and that could be where the mixed feelings come in too, because there's not a battle between the head and the heart, but the heart is in there, and the heart like sneaks out messages to you and go, I love you, I love you. And you're like, what? And the mind goes, what? And they're like, nothing. I didn't say anything. But the heart was like sending you subliminal messages because it's being held prisoner by this overpowered mind that doesn't allow the heart to communicate. But that's why when you get mixed messages, they don't realize they're sending you mixed messages because their mind is very, this is what has to happen, and very structured and very, a lot of fears, very slow moving. But the heart is like, I love you. And you're like, what did you say? And like, I didn't say anything. Yeah, you said. And the heart goes, if they find me out, they'll silence me, right? So it's kind of like that kind of energy coming in here. We have the Seven of Wands. You know, with this, will they ever offer a relationship? Right now, I don't feel like that is there. The Seven of Wands is about me being true to my authentic self. I'm not dimming my light for anyone. I'm not asking permission to shine. I'm not going to defend my actions. I got to be me. I don't want to be caged. I want to be free. I don't want anyone putting all these expectations on me. But they've got a lot of expectations they put on everyone else. But I don't want to be caged. I don't want to, the fear is that if I'm caged by all your expectations, I will disappoint you. You'll end up leaving me as other people in the past have. This goes way back before they even met you. They had these concepts and beliefs. So this is where they're at right now. There's a lot of fear that's keeping them from moving forward, but it is very much like a lion who doesn't want to be caged. Doesn't mean they want to be, a lion with the pride of other, lionesses, but they also don't want to be, they want to be able to roam without intention and roam free. And the more expectations we have on ourselves and the more energy we put into expectations of who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in a relationship, what the relationship is supposed to be, what it's supposed to bring me, who I'm supposed to be in the relationship. All that's supposed to be our expectations that suck the life out of our relationship. If you want to try something to see if things change, you can try an experiment, because when I'm focusing on expectations, focusing on want, focusing on need, all of that is lack energy. And whatever I focus on, I get more of that. When I have expectations, I'm trying to see, is all the stuff being done, and I'm focusing on what's not being done, I get more of not being done. But if the energy change that you might try as an experiment is, what am I truly grateful for in them? I love it when they do this, and I'm grateful when they do that. And have and have had energy, right? What do I have, and what I'm What am I grateful for about what I have right now with them and have had in the past? See that, feel it, feel the gratitude for it, and see if that grows. Because if I focus on expectations, I just get more bleh. If I focus on what I'm grateful for in someone, I get more of that. So that could help as well, because the mixed signals also are within you, right? Because you're wanting to grow love, but you're focusing on lack. That's a mixed signal, right? We're not focusing on what we really want. We're focusing on what we think we don't have, you know, and that's the mix. We're sending our own self mixed signals. Isn't that fun? Right, hopefully that helps a little bit, and hopefully we'll see you around some more. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Sudeshna, thank you for all of your multiple donations today for your free reading. You want to know, will you have love marriage or arranged marriage? This sounds like we answered this before, or maybe it was for someone else, but we'll check on current energies to see if anything has changed. Shuffle these up here. Thank you guys so much as well. We only got a few more left, so hang in there, everybody. So, Sudeshna, will you have love or arranged? Or I thought we had a third option before, which was or both. Can't you have both? Love marriage, you have the Strength card. Arranged marriage, you have the Temperance card. I feel like love marriage here with the Strength card is what comes first in these, because this is passion, this is strength, this is courage, this is me deciding what I want kind of energy. And the Temperance card is taking forever. Eventually that could turn to gold, but that's why I feel like love marriage comes in first. The arranged marriage feels like just forever long, that it's this other you reach first. But I just feel like, yeah, and that makes sense that love comes first, then the arranged marriage. Because I feel like before it's an arranged marriage where there's love in it. So it's almost like you fall for someone first, and then you end up going, that's who I want to marry. And they're like, that's who I want to marry. And then the arrangement gets made. And it's a win-win, win-win-win, because the families are happy, both of you are happy and in love as well. So there is both. I feel that's there. So hopefully that helps, Sudeshna. Yay! Right, many blessings to you. Right, and then Johanna Lydia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. I need like a message from your spirit guides. All right, let's take a look here. There we go. And this one right here. All right. What do we got here? All right. Good, good, good. So don't be afraid of the Tower card. You have the Queen of Pentacles along with it. The Tower card is an energy of something or someone being removed out of your life to create the space for something that's more in alignment with your true self to come into your life and to clear away the pathway out of your life so that you can move forward towards something that's more in alignment with where you want to go and who you want to be. Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, Harvest. So it is, I like that it comes out because it's for your benefit. That's what this is all about, is when someone or something's removed out of our life. Even though in the moment it's hard for us, as the tower, usually the tower is like being struck by lightning and it's burning down. When that tower's burning down, we're like, oh my God, no, not my old condemned tower that has a leaking roof and the gas leaks and the plumbing is shot and there's rats, but it's my old tower. How I can't believe it's burning down, because we're attached to it, right? Well, once it burns down and the insurance guy comes and they take away all the rubble and they go, here is what this is being replaced with. That one tower was part of a 4-tower wall that surrounded a palace. and you had complete replacement coverage on this castle. And now that that final tower is down and you put in the claim, we're going to replace it with a brand new updated whole castle. You get 4 towers, not just one. You get a castle inside, and it's all up to date. And it's, you know, the roof doesn't leak. There's no rats. The plumbing is perfect. It's even high tech and updated. You're like, what? That's the benefit. You know, if we knew that as the tower was burning down, we probably would have set it on fire a long time ago. But we forgot of the insurance policy we had, and now we're like, oh my gosh, now I get to have all of this. And so there's this benefit that comes in with it. And I feel like that's what they want you to know, is that whatever the situation is, where if it has already happened, then you're like, yeah, okay, great. If it hasn't happened yet, then it's preparing you just to know as it's burning down, you're like, that's okay, burn, baby, burn. Because when I get back, it's going to be so much more for me and in alignment for me and beneficial for me. So hopefully that helps, Johanna. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Maria P., thank you for your donation earlier today and various ones over the weekend. I appreciate that. Want to know what's coming for you and John? Who's John? Just jokes. It's Walter. It's Wally. Like, what? Wait a minute. Subliminal. Did I accidentally type someone else's name? Oh my gosh. Who's John? I'm just kidding. I have to pick on you every once in a while since you're my last free reading. And then we will come around for Sean G for your donation reading. We'll finish up with that. So what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? All right. Yeah, I like it. 2 major arcana. You have the Full card, a brand new adventure that begins, and Temperance, patience, something that's been unfolding, you've been waiting for a while. And this is good. It's all about being in the now, allowing things to unfold. It's alchemy. Allow things to go back and forth, but the cup is going into another step. You know, when you're looking at alchemy and temperance, it starts off as 2 cups, and you put your base metal in it, and you put magic, and then as it goes back and forth and you pour it from cup to cup, slowly turning to gold, where eventually it turns to gold, right? Well, this is the pouring is going back. Now it's a new adventure is happening that's creating more magic. Each time you go to a new step in your relationship, the magic is changing. And so it is that kind of feeling of a change of magic, things moving into being poured into a new cup, a new adventure type of energy that's coming in. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you, Maria. So many blessings to you. Thank you again. All righty. So Sean G., thank you for your additional donation via Zcash app. Appreciate you. And you did have your question in there. What are ours? Wife's thoughts on you? Uh-oh. Okay, let me take a sip before that. Oh, no. All right. So what are ours? Wife's thoughts about you? Okay. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So what do we got here? So we've got here on the bottom of the deck, you got this Lovers card here, which I know, whoa, what? No, it doesn't have to be that. Which you know that doesn't have to be romantic. But they do see you as, it's like from this place of, I want to say respect. Because I'm just kind of sitting in their energy looking at you. And even when you're interacting with my husband, I'm like looking at you going, look at how you carry yourself. So there's like this respect below the surface that they're like, They just like how you are free to be you, and so they've got this energy. And of course, with the Lovers card too, it's the emotional choice. Depends on the moment and the day too. I'm just going to kind of get their overall energies most of the time, because if they are not feeling good or they're irritated, their opinion of everyone's different. So we're looking at the kind of consistent majority of the time energy out of it all, because sometimes she probably wants to murder everyone. Yeah, we got the 10 of Pentacles, this fullness of life, the Knight of Wands, someone full of passion. So they do see you as someone who's successful and passionate about life. And I do feel like there's a bit of, I want to say, envy. It's not jealousy. Jealousy, it's not about, oh, you're going to steal my husband from me, and oh, I wish I could be you. They're just like, wow, I wish I could have followed a lot of my dreams the way I wanted it to, but I made other choices. And they understand that, but they do look at you and go, wow, they're by the grace of God, not by the grace of God. They're like, there is a life that I could have lived if I wanted it. Single, and because in their mind, they see you as single and happy and able to pour your life into your dream and your passion. And wow, and it's always greener on the other side, right? I used to go through that. Like when I was single, I loved being free to be me, not have to ask permission or check in or whatever, and do that. But I'd see people who were in love, and I'm like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. And then I get in a relationship, and I'd be like, oh, look at those single people, how happy they are. And I remember how you used to be free. Then relationship would end. And then I'd be like, oh wow, being single is fun, but oh, I want to be in love again. It was always it's interesting. Anyway, then we have the Star card. Yeah, someone who's living their dreams with the Star card. Again, they're seeing you as someone that's doing that. And here's that Leo fire energy. They see this attraction. They see how people are just drawn to you and living your dream. So there is a great amount of envy, just envy of maybe a bit, and this isn't directed towards you, but part of it's like regret a little bit inside, but also feeling guilty about regret because I feel, do they have children or something? It just feels like I sacrifice things for marriage and for family and stuff when I could have, like, I wanted to move to Europe and live in Italy and do this and blah, 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 but I chose this because all my family wanted this, and I felt this is what I should do. And so I did all this stuff, but to live my dream. So you kind of trigger daydreaming back into them, and which brings regret, which brings guilt, which yay. And you're like, where do they go? Why are they looking so mad? Because they're like mad at themselves, Interesting. I like this. The Empress, yeah, they see you again. Ruler of Queens, and someone who's very creative. And again, they see you as someone who's successful and bountiful and full. Also, yeah, a little full of sensuality. And they're just like, um, you know, you have a little too much. Not, and that's not judgmental from them. It's more admiration again of, girl, you got a little too much sensuality that just flows out of you. But that's part of this Leo energy, and this energy that you have. It's just sensuality. I am the Empress, and I think you're working on uh, a project, right, about you as the Empress. So it is, I am the Empress. You're like, I know this. And the Magician. Yeah, great manifester, whatever you put your mind to. Again, this energy of making things happen. And the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. This feels not so much about you. Again, this is where kind of back to them, which is they're like, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. This is them delaying their dreams, and eventually I can live my dream. But they see you living yours, and they're like, well, when my children are old enough, is what I keep hearing, but it's like when my children are old enough, then I can try pursuing my dream in a limited way to eventually I can live my dream someday. It's like when my children are old enough, I'm leaving him and I'm going to go move to Europe. Oh, that's funny. Maybe it's true. I don't know. But I feel like that's a lot of how ours wife, how they think about you and feel about you. But those are the thoughts. I feel a lot that are in there. I don't feel like they're the jealous type. Um, I feel like they would more so be like, oh well, now I have to go live my dream, and I get half of everything of yours. So I don't feel like they are like oh God, no. They fell in love with someone else. They're like, thank God I'm out of here. I'm gonna go live and be me. They don't feel like the clingy type. I feel like they're more there's an end date in their mind about their marriage someday. Let's take a look here. So we got healing for your fortune cookie here. My body is deserving of love, comfort, and rest. The angels are telling you that despite being mentally and physically drained, you have the strength to overcome this. Keep moving forward, and the universe will shower you with love and healing energy soon. I feel like this is kind of their energy too. They are the ones feeling mentally and physically drained, and that keep going. Eventually, I'll be showered with love and healing energy. Again, that eventually I'll be able to live my dream. I feel like they're emotionally and mentally exhausted, and they're like, I don't have the power right now to live my dream, but someday I will. So hopefully that brings a little bit of clarity there. That's what they have for you, Sean. So it's an earthquake. Sorry, as I'm shaking everything. Many blessings to everybody. Thank you again for all of your patience in getting to your readings. I'll post a pinned comment here in a moment listing all the timestamps. I'll be back on Thursday for more readings starting at 6 p.m. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain. And then on Saturday and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain. And then Sundays, I always come back on to finish out this session for whatever I don't on Sunday morning. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Much love to you.